Okay, welcome back to Bridging the Gap. We're actually here doing our Elephant in the Room. We're joined by Jermichael Mitchell. We're also joined by Council Lady April Jackson and my First Lady over here, Keisha James. Welcome, everybody.
Hey.
Yes. There's so much going on, and I'm trying to figure out where we should start. Let's start with what's going on with the council right now. We have a vacancy on the council, and I was just talking to Jermichael, which I'm hoping that they choose you.
Me too.
Now, April, let me ask you, how do they come about making that vote?
Well, what we do is actually we go through the resumes and see who's the best choice for that position. But sometimes that's not how it works all the time, for real. And once we take a vote on who we want, the majority wins that vote.
Are you able to say who the candidates are?
Yeah.
Okay.
The candidates are Jermichael Mitchell, Natalie Saintford, Melissa Holland, Sean Jester, and Wayne King.
Okay. Interesting. Now,
I'm sorry.
no, that's okay. You first.
We were out in the lobby discussing some things, and we pretty much were saying it would probably be best to have a male on there other than the ladies that are there. You know, just to add something different.
A level playing ground is what it's called.
Yes.
Somebody who sometimes not always thinks like we think,
Right.
but brings closure, brings and makes the division that we do have and we've had for quite some time on the council. It brings in, especially the person that has a like mind and is on there to do what is right. Doesn't have an agenda to set out to just sabotage everything. We want somebody on this council who is going to do the work, who has done the work.
Interesting.
And definitely qualified for it.
That's what we're looking for. That's what I'm looking for. Particular, I'm just looking for somebody that is able to do it and has done it. Having somebody come on there who
And not looking for just a title.
Yeah, that hasn't done anything in the community. How do you connect with the community, or how have you connected with the community if you haven't? You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that nobody should go for the position, because there are quite a few that are going for the position, but we need to make better choices about how we do things. And I think also, since we've had an African American male on there and we're in the minority community, that we should have another male. I just don't think 5 women on the council is going to make it. Not too long, because it's very chaotic now with the 4 women. Seriously, I'm being very vocal. I'm telling the truth. It's very
Sorry.
it's divided.
Right.
It's actually divided,
Sure.
and we need the medium. We need the bridge in that gap.
Yes.
We need the bridge in that gap. And I just feel as though, after reading the actual resumes and things of that sort, I'm not going to say what I'm going to do. I'm just going to act on it at that particular time. But I just think we need to be fair.
Yeah.
And not people looking for a position, or people who are trying to get people to get on there so they can get a position.
Right.
No, it's not about it. You do what's right by the people.
It's all about the people.
Are you serving the people fairly? Are you doing whatever? Are you representing your city? Are you representing, do you have mad respect for your mayor? Do you have mad respect for your council persons? And I don't see that. I haven't seen that in quite some time, and it's very disheartening, because as long as I've been on this council, it's 10 years.
10 years.
10 years. And it's been hurtful, because the first 5, I never had a problem. I didn't agree with everything.
Sure.
But we didn't have all
work.
this cat fighting stuff, and women are about, and I'm going to be honest, women are about power.
Yeah.
There's a power struggle. It's about having something and not knowing what to do with it. It's a lot with us women. I can honestly say that. I said it before, when we were getting ready to put somebody else on the council. I said, this is going to be terrible. It's going to be terrible, because we need a man. We had 2 men going off, and we need a man.
Well,
We need a man,
unfortunately, there's one that you mentioned, and it just seems to me he's just trying to run for just different things and not getting elected.
And you're not going to say who that is.
I'm not gonna say who that is.
The name that remains nameless.
Right.
But if for me, I would not vote for him.
Right.
No, because
And we live in that district also, by the way.
So no, I would definitely not vote for him.
And I wish the people of that district had the right to vote
Oh my
in who
goodness.
they wanted.
Well, I was wondering about it. How did they come
It's-
about that choice? I mean, like, is it nonpartisan?
Yes.
Okay, so it is nonpartisan.
Yes.
So, because I do know, like, on the county level, which uniquely we had a council person that didn't finish their term there, but it came down to the fact because he was a Republican that their central committee came up, but the
And
one for the
replaced
city,
him as a Republican.
correct. But this one is a
It's
nonpartisan.
nonpartisan. It's
So yeah, you would
nonpartisan.
think possibly. I guess I don't know. I mean, is there such thing as a special election?
No, no.
Maybe that's some charter change.
Like I said, you read the charter, and the charter expresses that we are the one who chooses. Now, if it's a tie, that's going to be the
That's
problem.
another question.
That's going to
So
be the
does the
problem.
mayor come in on that one?
Nah.
Yeah, from my understanding, he doesn't.
He does not.
Yeah.
And see, one thing about
So how do you break the tie?
when Jake was there,
Good question.
when Jake was there, hoping somebody bows out, but I don't know if that'll ever
Probably
happen.
the administrator.
But when Jake was there, when we reorganized and when we did this, the city did it. The council did itself, and I didn't approve. I didn't agree, but the odds were against me. They were against me. I didn't agree with the next person that went on. But when we got ready to do the reorganization of it, the mayor came in and said, look, this is how this goes. And the longest tenured person, which has always basically been, gets the presidency. So now it's a fight over it's not a fight
I
for
was
me.
wondering that, too.
It's not a fight for me because I feel like this, whatever God has for me, it will
Right,
be for
it'd
me.
be for you.
It will be for me.
You won't
so
have to fight
I'm not
for
gonna
nothing.
argue, fuss, and fight about nothing because everybody already sees it. They already see it. You know, they already see what's going on and what has gone on. You know, and I mean, even when Deshaun was on the council, it was still division. It was those three down there and myself and Councilwoman DeShields. We didn't even know half the time what they were doing.
Wow.
Or what was
Wow.
going on with the council until one day I spoke up and I said, wait a minute, how y'all keep doing this to us? Why don't we know anything? I mean, I'm the longest tenured person out here. Don't you think that respectfully you should let me know what you're doing?
That is quite disrespectful.
Very.
It's like, and how can you run this city? Because that's basically what y'all are doing, coming together to run a city with the mayor. How do you not all come to an agreement? How does that work like that?
Well, we see that.
When you got people who want a position so bad,
Yep.
they don't care who gets hurt.
Yep.
They don't care who is
It's not
Yeah,
talking
well,
to
It's
fire.
not a matter of offense. I
but-
mean, you're
but I'm-
running the city.
But
like,
I'm telling you how people's minds are set.
We see this with the county too.
It doesn't
Yeah.
matter what. They're not thinking about the good of the city. They're thinking about them.
like I was saying earlier, they want that title and that's it.
Wow.
Because with the title comes power. But all power
And then there comes
authority
more.
comes
And then
from
there
him,
comes
so.
more disrespect. More disrespect. More disrespect. And I can't. You know, I can't. I can say this. We have 2 women that are coming on board, and I'm not saying that they may not qualify or whatever, but right now we need a man. We need that voice. We need to hear that man's voice. A man has just as much decision as women do. And with 5 women on that council,
Jamaica, would you like to comment on this?
No, I would not. I would just say that if you watch Pac 14 shows, as most people who can't make the meetings have, you can see some of the things that she's talking about.
Well, yeah,
Right.
It's just be actively involved in politics. That's my key thing.
Well, I'm
That way.
definitely rooting for you, brother.
thank you.
Definitely.
And I want to say this from being at some of those council meetings: whoever the choice is going to be needs to have a backbone and
Yes.
not be so easily persuaded to do things that is not for the community. You know, now another thing I like, I would love to see is someone who is out there in the community. You know, I have a problem. I made this comment on our last Elephant in the Room, and Tyler and I was here. One of my biggest pet peeves is to have somebody get elected and then disappear from the community. You know, one of the reasons why, actually, that's one of the reasons why Bridging the Gap has came about. Because of the fact we need someone to bridge the gap. We need the elected leader, because when you're elected, we elect you to be a leader, to be out there. So since they're not being elected, those that are elected, and that's another thing that I also, said earlier, and I'm going to say it again. Those that make the decision, and we got one here that's also going to be making a decision. The people who elected you are watching. Because whoever that person goes in there is going to impact everybody else.
Well,
Everybody
I can tell
else.
you what my husband and I do every single day is we pray, especially when we go by downtown, and we pray for people that will do a work for Christ, that actually care for the people. And
This is
in
so
my
true.
girl chat with I just lost that councilwoman. We chatted about that. Like, she has a passion for her community, and that's what this community needs, what all community needs. They need somebody who's going to walk like Christ and do a service for where they are.
Your job is not just sitting behind a desk making
Right.
decisions. Your job is enhancing your community, working with your people in your community.
I like that.
It's not about, I'm going to sit behind this and I'm going to give orders, or I'm going to write this and I'm going to do. No, it's not about that. It's about doing right by your people. How do your people know you if you're not out there being seen? And the only time they see you is you sitting here.
Right.
You
I don't wanna see
it
you
doesn't work.
twiddling your
And when I
thumbs.
first went on the council, I told every one of them, get in your community.
Yeah.
Start having stuff in your community. First thing I told when they came on, start doing stuff in your community. People want to know who you are. People need to know who you are. And
part right
people
there.
will respect you when they see you out here working in the community. When you're not working in the community,
I
you're
can't
not
say
doing
who
it.
you are.
But
I don't know
but
what who
not
you
only
are.
that is that you're not doing the people any good.
You know, I made this comment also
Because you're all about politics.
The last Elephant in the Room, I made this comment about Councilwoman Jackson is, number one, you always see her. Okay? Not only that, even if she does have the D or Democrat beside her name, she talks to everyone.
That's right.
She works with whoever is elected to get the job done. I actually saw that she posted something the other day, and Delegate Barry Beecham, who is Republican, he shared it. Now, why did he share it? Because he knows she's doing what's right for the community.
Right.
You know, it's got to be about the community. Now, I do want to ask you a question, Jermichael. If you are that choice, what are some of the things that you have seen not being done for the city that you would want to change as a council person?
I think the biggest piece again, man, is making sure that people are informed. I won't say transparency because I think that's cliche. But I will say that along with your council meetings, you still need to have town halls. Everybody ain't gonna be able to show up to a council meeting, and then sometimes the lingo at a council meeting can go over people's heads. So you have to be able to bring it to a place where people can understand it.
Right.
But in layman's terms, if you will.
Yeah,
Right.
for sure. So put that into, so even if it's just a live stream that you do once every other week
Right.
to keep people informed in your district.
I like that.
It's some sort of
She's known to be on live.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
I'm
that's
getting
how
on
you-
there more and more
She
because
is.
I saw you just yesterday
At
on
one
there.
time, I was like, I don't want to get on live,
Yeah.
and I said, y'all seeing me with the same background and looking the same old way, but it's just I'll be
You're you.
yeah,
And
I'm just saying.
you wouldn't be who
do
you
go
are
on this
without that.
go on this live, and I tell people real truth.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't go here and say something that I don't know what I'm talking about. I tell them just how it is. You know, my kids tell me, Mom, you have no filter, you have no filter, you have no filter. But you can't have a filter when you're trying to get the truth to people.
Especially
You
when
gotta
you're
be
young.
straight up,
Straightforward.
straightforward. You can't. And I'm just that person. I just don't hold back. I don't like a lot of stuff. I don't like a lot of foolishness.
No.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and I like people to, I want everybody everybody be like me. You know, just be straightforward, just be truthful and honest. And when you represent your city, because you represent your city, you represent your county, and you represent your state. And when you do that and you make a mockery of it, you make a mockery of the people you serve.
Well, first of all, you got to realize everything you do, you're actually a representation of yourself.
Yes, yes.
Now, you also are the person that goes live. Last week, I see you were trying to encourage men to come out to some kind of a men's.
So we had a mental health forum. So we call it a Strong Mind Coalition. Just a group of people locally that work on mental health. But because I'm done saying mental health. When we say mental health in our community, people run. So it's a group of strong-minded individuals working on mental wellness and healing.
I like that.
All right. Because again, when you're trying to work on wellness and you're trying to heal, people don't run from that. Right? People automatically put mental health with mental illness, and they're two different things.
Right.
So a lot of times in our community, when they hear mental health, I ain't crazy. Yeah, that's the first key thing. And mental illness and mental health are not the same. So we're working on an initiative to push men's wellness and healing, because if we truly want our families to get back how they used to be, if we truly want a community, men have to show up healthy. Right? And that's holistically, mind, body, and soul.
Now,
And that's why you're perfect for the position, because you're out here in the community.
She's got your back.
For sure.
She's got my vote, even though we're not allowed to vote.
There was two things that I noticed last week when you did that, and you didn't get the response, and you was like, come on, guys. And then you went on live to talk about it. Now, for me, and I mean, of course, my wife's just point blank letting everybody know, and you know how I feel. But I'm going to say one thing I really would love to see as a person on that council is someone that is concerned with that, because in our city, we have a big population of homeless. And as Tyler and I was talking, I was telling him a lot of the homelessness is not because of finances. A lot of it is because of mental awareness, things that they need to be, people need to work with. So to have someone on that council that's concerned with that, there's so many things that are happening, and I really think there's a lot of decisions being made, and you are one vote. But there's other people that try to vote. There's so many things that are decisions are being made, and they're not thinking about those that are without. Although some people would love to go ahead and start their campaign and put it all around the homeless.
Yeah, but see,
I'm just saying.
You can't. See,
But you've never seen them before.
You have an agenda, okay? Actually, we call it platforms. But the platform, basically, a lot of people that I've seen that had platforms didn't do anything they said they were going to do on those platforms. Not a thing.
So it was all lip service.
Yes, just to get in, and that goes for the county and the city.
Yes,
it also goes for the state. It doesn't matter. If you're going to do what you say you're going to do it. Don't promise people something that you can't give them. Don't promise. Don't. Can I tell them? Yeah.
Don't make no promises.
That's right.
What? You go ahead.
No, I was just saying, don't make no promises. Then that way you don't get caught.
Because people hold you to that.
Right.
And you said that was one thing that you liked about the mayor is everything he said he was going to do, and I'm going to say this also because I work with the executive. No surprise, everything she said she was going to do, that's what she's done. So if you're going to, and April, you're really good at this. You've always been about, look, when I first got into politics, okay, my aunt was ready to tear my top off because I said I wanted to make sure these politicians are doing what they're supposed to do. Well, she didn't even think about any other, there was no other nobody else elected. You better not be talking about April because you don't know what she be doing. She's everywhere.
Everywhere.
She had a long paragraph. This was right on Facebook.
Yes, she did.
So, but you know what? That's your constituents standing up for you. If you do what you're supposed to do, you don't have to speak up for yourself. Everybody else will.
Well, that's the thing. People like to talk, but it's actions that we go by.
Action speaks louder than words any day.
I mean, when you go into these, I was talking to Jermichael earlier. When you go into these areas, granted, maybe one of the reasons why they're not doing town halls because they might get told about themselves. Because you go into certain areas, their people will tell it. When I had a town hall down on the west side of this county, down Nanticoke Road, the first one they had in years, well, there were some elected officials on the council. I'm not going to name their names, but they've been on there for years. And it was the first time these people actually had a chance to air out how they felt. That person didn't want to be there no more. As a matter of fact, the person that was the acting executive said, I ain't going down there. So maybe that's why a lot of people ain't having town halls because they don't want to be told.
You know what Like, you don't necessarily, like, the town halls are good, but how I meet my people where they are.
Yeah.
I go to the people and I speak to them. Like, this Christmas thing that I'm having for the seniors, this is where I meet them at. This is where I tap into them at. And I'm not just having it for that, but I feed them information. Not only about me and the city, but resources that they can tap into to help them medically, physically, mentally, however I do
That's
that.
what I like to hear.
And I love it because, those are people that's going to support you. But if you don't feed into your people,
Right.
and I'm not talking about color. I'm
Right.
talking about people, period. You will never. Some of them just on council just because there's something to do. And money.
Or
I'm gonna
a
say,
stepping stone to that next.
but it's about some people. It's about money. It's
Wow.
about money and
Care
it's
and all.
about power. The power thing. You know what? I would just love for everybody to take a good long look, step back and take a look at themselves before we go pointing fingers at one another and saying God awful things about one another, treating each other terrible, and just say, look, what's real? Real is real. What do we need? What do we need? We have workers. I can't say, now, Sharon Shields, worker. She's all through her district. She's all through it. She takes very good notes, and honey, I look at her, I be like, you writing again, are you? But she goes through her community with them notes, and she talks to people. I mean, that's good.
And she's connected to the homeless too.
Yes, she sure is. But what are the other ones we're connected to? I'm just saying.
Crosswalks.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to put nobody down, but that we have to connect. We have to connect. I mean, and I can honestly say they supported me in some endeavors I had. Now, I can honestly say that they have supported me in some endeavors. But I have not become the likable person in the last 2 years. I'm the.
Is that from the people who elected you, or the people that are your peers there
No,
on
the
the
peers.
council?
I have not been
There you go.
the likable person on the council. And
That's because. Never mind.
I've been told by some people that I'm stupid. I'm dumb.
No.
No.
No,
Not
I'm
all.
not.
That means you're really going in the right
No.
direction.
And guess what I tell myself, honey? I don't even have to worry about it. It's nothing stupid about me. Nothing dumb about me. Y'all think that I sit back and don't pay attention to what's going on, but I'm paying full attention to everything you do and everything you say.
Right.
And don't think what you do to me or you do to anybody else, it's going to come back to you. So what you already done to me, it's coming to you. So I don't look at it like that. I look at it now as, be right. Be right. Make rightful decisions. Don't make decisions based on haste and waste. Don't make decisions that you're going to regret later on down the line. That's just like, I'm going to tell you, when we had the reorganization before, somebody was actually persuaded to put a person into office that was not really ready to be in that place, not to be that president. It was already fixed before we got in there. It was already fixed. But I looked at it, but I'm going to tell you what I looked at it as. God knew I was going to get sick, like I did. God already knew what I was going to go through. And God said, okay, I got to sit you down for a few minutes, because you get ready to go through some
Very humble way. Very humble way of
and
saying it.
that's how I looked at it. And everybody said, are you mad at this show? No, I'm not mad at nobody. Because after I realized what God was doing, I said, I can't be mad because this is God's will. And God's will be done. And it was done. Now here it comes back again. Let's see what happens from there.
Interesting.
Nothing happens without his approval anyway. So it's a good way of looking at it.
And that's how I looked at it. I was like, I couldn't have been effective as a president. I couldn't have been effective any kind of way because I was too sick. I had 3 surgeries in less than 2 months.
Wow.
So I know, I was actually out basically almost a year. I was still in the meetings on Zoom and whatever, but I was basically out of commission for a year. So how effective could I have been? I couldn't have been effective. So God knew what he was doing. I keep telling people, when I go into meetings, he's going with me. He goes with me everywhere I go, but especially when I go in there because I know I have to go through something.
So even though you weren't there, you were still on Zoom. Because I know there are council people. I'm not saying whether or not they're city or county, but they're not always present. But I wonder where they're at as far
I
as
was
for
on
making
Zoom.
votes.
I was on Zoom. Now I'm
Wow.
gonna tell you, for about maybe a month or two, I couldn't. Because I was,
You're just too
I was in
sick.
a lot of pain, recuperating from the surgeries and stuff, and I just couldn't get it together. And matter of fact, way before then, 2-3 years before that, I was sick. And knew I was sick, but I didn't know how sick I really was. So, it was days that I would miss going to meetings. I would tell them, look, I'm sick. Something's wrong with me. Something's wrong. And I had a doctor who figured it all out with other doctors, with professionals' help. But I'm just, I knew what God was doing, and I had to realize it, and you have to realize it and accept it. And I accepted it.
So they're making the decision on this. What council meeting should we be at when they make the decision?
The decision will be made the 1st. The 8th, the person will be sworn in, and then we'll do the reorganization.
So it'd be at the council meeting on the 1st.
8th. The 1st will be
The decision
The
be
decision
made.
will
What
be
will be
made.
made at the council meeting.
yeah.
So if
No,
we're
we're going, I think it's a closed session.
it's closed.
It's a closed session, and we'll go in and we'll talk to the candidates, and then after that, we'll know who's going to be who, and then that person will be notified, and then the 8th, that person will be sworn in, and then we will sit down and reorganize the whole council.
I really wish there was a way of having all the candidates in front of the people, letting everybody talk to them or
I
see
do
where
too.
their,
Right.
see where
I
their
do
mind
too,
is.
and that's something that we possibly need to change, because people have closed minds and people have agendas. And
This is true.
Yeah.
This is
I don't
true.
like agendas. I don't like people to I don't like fake people. I don't put it
Right.
I don't like phony people. You can be
Fake people
be who
with
you are the
personal
whole time. When you because if you're phony, I don't want to be bothered with you because I can always see right through you. No, I don't want to be bothered.
Don't have time for that.
I don't have
Wow.
time for foolishness.
Wow.
I don't. And I just found out the other day I'm the longest tenured female on the council.
How about
all
that?
the women that want to
You know,
council,
let me ask you
I'm the
this
longest
question.
tenured one.
Let me ask you this question before we get off the air, because you were actually elected in, right? How come there's always people stepping down on city council? Because I think there's at least 2 of them that have been appointed. I know that Mrs. Alton was appointed and Mrs. Gregory was appointed.
Yeah, when Jim Arrington left, that's how Michelle got
Everything
appointed.
spiraled up.
I think it was Jack that went up to mayor, so her that district was open.
But we had the lady, I can't think of what her name was, but she had stepped down, and then there was another.
Hardy Rudelson, Laura Mitchell.
Correct.
Laura Mitchell stepped down and moved out of town, and then Hardy Rudelson, which was an attorney,
Yep.
he stepped in, but then he decided he was commuting back and forth across to shore, so he stepped down. Yeah, so Hardy Rudelson took Laura Mitchell. He was actually the first black man
Yep.
on the
He was
council.
the first black man.
Then it was, as I said, it was Jim Arrington. Was Angela appointed too?
Angela Blake,
Yeah.
I've heard. I'm not sure.
I can't remember that far, but it's too far.
I can't think of who the other lady was, but there was another lady who came off the council. I just can't remember what her name was.
I know Laura Mitchell had 2, 3. Because Hardy came in.
But my opinion on it is life. Like she said, the one gentleman was back and forth. Miss Laura Mitchell, she moved away. So sometimes life happens.
And Jim moved.
Yeah, Jim had moved.
Right, but my question is, I don't see, and I understand that people definitely move, but it seems like it's a pattern. And I'm wondering, what is it? Are people not as committed, or are they moving outside of the district? I mean, is it too stressful?
When Hardy left, When Hardy left, Angela was appointed.
She was.
See, well, that's what I'm saying.
She was appointed.
So you were the only one that's. I mean, are you the only one that's actually? You
I'm
and
the
Sharon.
original. I'm the original.
So, right. So you and Sharon was actually. I mean, you got on there elected.
Yes.
Sharon got on there elected.
Uh-huh.
So the others were incumbents. They just went back up.
Wow.
Okay. Wow.
Well, I'm thankful for door knocking, because we get to know who you are, and that other person that I'm talking about knocked on my door for a position, and no, Jermichael. If you're listening, City Council, there's your man.
With that in mind, I also want to say here with Bridging the Gap, we are a local producer. We are not part of PAC 14. We are appreciative of PAC 14 allowing this to be our platform to bring forth information, but the information that we bring forth are our thoughts and feelings and not that of PAC 14. My wife may be speaking for both of us, though. I just want to be said. All right? Well, thank you again. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for being a part of Elephant in the Room, and we'll be seeing you soon.
His name